podcast and video cast of elite level referees and members of WWR so that you can get a better understanding of who that person is behind the whistle. Welcome back to the podcast. We have a very special guest with us today, and I can't wait to introduce Ernesto Toledo. And he's a special guest to me because he's our first guest from the Americas. Now, as most of you know, the Americas is made up of North, South, and Central America, and we all play water polo here. And I think Ernesto is going to provide so much input on what's going on with the sport of water polo here within the Americas. So I'd like to welcome Ernesto Toledo to the program. Ernesto, welcome.
Thank you, my dear Steve. For me, it's a nice pleasure to be here. Thank you for this opportunity to share my story with all people out there that can hear you and can listen and watching this podcast. For me, it's a good pleasure, and thank you for this opportunity.
You're welcome, and it's fantastic to have you. Now, you reside in Cuba, and I think a lot of people are really interested to know, okay, well, water polo's played in Cuba. How does that even work? Give me a little story about Ernesto, your upbringing, and what kind of water polo looked like in your childhood.
Okay. My name is Ernesto Toledo. I'm from Cuba, and I'm 39 years old. I have got two daughters. I'm married. My daughter, one is 6, and the other is 10 years old. I was born in a small city next to the Atlantic Sea in the east of Cuba, a magic place where more than 60 years ago, a new stage of the Cuban water polo we started. Jibara is the name of this beautiful place where many of the most important players, coaches of the island in past decade were born. So I grew up breathing and watching water polo, excellent water polo in past decade. Because in these years, the water polo, it was part of the culture of the village. So I started first to practice water polo when I was 6 years. Then I passed to practice in the national high competition from my province to play to the second years of the university. So this is my childhood in this beautiful place. It was so important for the Cuban water polo. Yeah.
And so you started as a player because obviously it was very popular in your city. At what point did you transition from a player to, did you become a trainer, or did you go straight into referee, or how did that look?
Okay. After my graduation at university, I started to work as coach in Holguín, the capital, the province when I live right now. I work as coach for the high Cuban competition since 2009 to 2017. And now I'm a teacher of water polo for kids between 9 and 10 years old. And it is a beautiful and amazing experience for me, for the community, for the parents, and especially for the kids. And I came to the refereeing for a necessity of my local committee, more than for my personal wishes to whistle. The question is that in 2017, we didn't any referee to send to the under 16 the national championship, and we should send someone. So I took the decision to go to the tournament as referee. It was a very beautiful experience for me, and from there I have decided to leave my work as coach to involve me fully on the referee. I left the high training center as coach to go to the high school to work as a teacher of water polo kids. This way, I was able to have more time to participate in all Cuban competition as referee. That's it.
That's fantastic. Now, you've graduated to the point of referee. You have officiated within the Americas, CCCAN, WANA, things of that nature. What's it like from your perspective as a referee in the Americas? Because I think a lot of people around the world are somewhat surprised sometimes, because usually the Americas representatives into world championships are somewhat... We have Brazil, we have USA, we have Canada, but no one really knows that, Argentina, Colombia, all these other countries, Cuba, all play water polo. And in Trinidad, Tobago, and I've met so many friends from the Americas. Explain what water polo looks like in the Americas for the rest of the world.
Let me see. This side of the Atlantic, the water polo have another perspective, in my opinion, the American countries, we are in disadvantage with the European countries. In America, we don't have an international league all the year long like in Europe. Geographically speaking, it's too difficult to try to organize here in America something like in Europe. But in my opinion, something must be done to try to be active all the time, all the year. We deserve this opportunity. We have got excellent players, coaches, clubs, and referees, but we are too far from the big international competition and the international circuit. But many poor countries like Cuba, as you know, we are working hard with the minimal condition to create a new generation of players, and many of them are playing in Europe. So we have the potential, we have motivation, and many people who love the game. So we just need the opportunity to show the Americas potential, especially for the referees. In my case, it's too difficult and to get or to can participate in some school FINA referee because for us, the restriction, the economical restriction, sometimes the political restriction won't allow us to pay for us with our money get the FINA international certification. In my case, we must wait for some international tournament, for example, Central American game or Pan American game, and then wait for FINA make a clinic or to get this. The certification to be international referee. So it's too difficult for the American referee to can whistle in the high level because we are too far from this international competition because we don't have a European league or all year. We don't have active all year.
Well, we struggle with the same thing here in the United States because we rely, as referees, we rely on the university system. And that's the highest level of competition that we have during the year for the men and the women. So we struggle with the same thing. So I share your sentiments and I'm always in envy of my European colleagues who are officiating a professional league on a regular basis at a very high level. But I think what's more important to me is you are super unique. And the reason is you are a WWR member, but not only are you a WWR member, you are an extremely active WWR member. And if you could spend a little time and kind of explain to me what WWR means to you and then why you do what you do, because you're very active. You're always helping and assisting and producing things for the membership. So if you could explain, what's that mean? What's WWR mean to you?
My friend, let me explain something. When you live in a country like I live, you have got two options. Or you decide to fight or you die. In my case, I decide to fight and fight so hard for my dream, to become an international referee, to get the friendship, the respect and affection of all my colleagues around the world. Because for me, it's so important because I love so much this sport and be referee. So to be on board of the WWR Education Committee is a high honor and pride for me. It has been an incredible experience that I can feel every day because it gives us the opportunity to share my opinion, my criteria with the best referee in the world. So it's something amazing, you know. It's a beautiful gift. It's a beautiful blessing. And in this committee, we are an excellent teamwork. And I felt every day, every minute, it's a family because it's something really unique. It's something unique. We can get this respect, this friendship of the best referees on the world. It doesn't matter the distance, the difference with the languages, culture between us. When we must do one task, we try to do it and give us the right support to everyone, making the online tests, making the PPT presentation with different topic. And especially for me, it has been very important to be part of this committee because I have learned much during these 2 years. I have been grew up with the help of the best referees on the world, Margeta, Punikovic, Teixeiro, I don't know, many of them. We always have one messages, one words for one I messages, and for me, it's beautiful. So, and I believe that the most important for me is the fact that I can help from my position in the WWR to my national federation, but not only to my national federation. Many coaches, many referees here in the island, in other countries, I don't know, in Salvador, Guatemala, I can help in send the latest intrusion, PPT presentation, because not everybody in America speak English, and all intrusion PPT presentation is in English. So I made the translation to Spanish languages and I send you. So for me, it's so important because I feel useful for all people that I can help. For me is something really something nice. Maybe for our geographical position, we cannot whistle in the high level. But for my position, I can help many people. And I can share you that we are actualized at everybody in the world. So for me, it has been a beautiful, beautiful experience.
Well, that's fantastic. And from me, muchísimas gracias para traducir todo en español por toda la gente y mis amigos in el centro and el Sudamerica. So thank you for everything that you do on that part, because it makes such a difference, because the sport of water polo, and like you said, not everyone gets to ref these really high level games, but we want to learn from those referees. And the easiest thing that we can do is to send the message so that we are all family automatically by being water polo referees. But we also want to know what we are all thinking as family, and to watch our colleagues work in Europe, South America, Olympic Games, World Championships, championship tournaments. We want to know that experience so that we can learn from it and apply it in our local community. And whether it's just the local club games, maybe it's university level, maybe it's CC or Pan American Games, but we all have something to learn. And I think that what's so nice about WWR is that every member has a wealth of knowledge and they're willing to share it for all the members around the world to learn from. What is on the horizon for you? What do you have a dream of with regards to WWR, and then taking that and how that can help other communities?
My friend, for me, I believe that the WWR is going in the right way. You know, because we have the purpose to touch the mind and the heart of many colleagues around the world to know the importance to be part of this committee. So the WWR have the prestige and to show to everyone around the world how important it is to be part of this association could be.
And
because not many parallel organizations.
Let me ask you though, is it important for the Americas and the referees of the Americas to be part of WWR? Do you think that you're gaining something out of this? You just talked about how you've learned so much in 2 years. Do we have to do a better job having more referee members from the Americas? Would you think that?
Yes. I think that all referees in America, for example, we're speaking with the American referees, could be part of this community and this association, because not many parallel organizations of different international federations work so hard to increase the level of their member as WWR does.
Yes.
Always the WWR are thinking about how increase our level, no matter the countries where you live, no matter the languages that you speak. but always we are thinking in the best of the player, in the best of the game, and the best for the referees. So, can get this information, this intrusion is so important for our development as referee to make very well our performance in the game. So, this is so important, and it's something unique, really something unique.
It's very unique, and I think that's what makes WWR special. I have some of the best friends from all over the world, from the sport of water polo and the referee community. Explain to me now, hey, what's on the horizon for you as Ernesto? Ernesto, the referee, what's coming up for you either this winter in the Christmas time or for 2023? What's on your horizons?
Well, my friend, for me, this year, this was very nice, very special for me because I had my first international tournament. I went in the past July in Barbados for my first international tournament. It was an amazing experience for me because I could share with many referees, made with many referees, American referees, and
Yes.
it was incredible opportunity to learn on the best referee with much experience for me in international tournament. And I could share, as I told you, with a lot of referees with different culture, languages, and we could whistle an excellent game during the tournament. To finalize the tournament, whistling the bronze medal game for me was fantastic. My first international tournament, and can whistle the one medal game is for me it was fantastic. And this bronze medal game, it was between Puerto Rico and Trinidad and Tobago, and for me has been the most important experience of my life. Now I may go to the next year to the Central American game representing my country. It would be in San Salvador, and maybe I may go to the Pan American game in Chile in October. So now I'm focused in my formation, my preparation as a referee, as a person with my family too. I hope that the next year it would much better than this year. For me, I hope I working so hard on it to be better, to learn, to study, and wait for the 2024 or 2023. Sorry, it will be much year.
That's fantastic. Okay, well, now I'm a dad too. So I have to ask you before I let you go, do your children play water polo?
No, because my children is too little. I have two daughter. I have two daughter. One is 6 and one is 10 years old. And his dream is to be dancer one and lawyer the other. Because my wife is a lawyer, so dancing and lawyer. So we wait for in the future what she decided. Now. I joined it.
No water polo players right now. So we have a lawyer
Right
and a
now.
no water polo right now.
No water polo right now. Yeah.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Well, Ernesto,
Maybe
do
one
you have
day.
anything that you'd like to say to the membership before I let you go today? I really appreciate you taking the time all the way from Cuba to connect with us in the WWR membership. Is there anything you would like to say to the membership?
Yeah, I would like to say some message to the new referee generation, because I believe that this is so important for the WWR make with the new referees generation, because this is so important for our sport and from the referees. My advice to the new referee generation is to be consistent with the student with the rules. In my opinion, the first word of the referee is the sacrifice. To sacrifice to get our goal. Also, the method of the student to lay hours at night and to every day to read and to find much information about water polo. We must try to understand the game from the perspective of the player, coach, to know how we can call much better our decision different positions. So only the sacrifice we would done the best performance.
And I so agree.
And I would like to
because I tell people all the time, I said, it's impossible that athletes are still breaking world records. it's impossible to think that the water polo athlete has stayed the same since the sport started. Athletes are bigger, they're stronger, they have more movement, and we as referees have to prepare better for the tactics of the new current athlete that is bigger and stronger and playing the game at a high level. So I totally agree with you. I think that you, as a referee, we have to constantly be a student of the sport.
For me, it's, to the end, for me, it was a nice opportunity because I live in a country with many difficult, many complex, and to have this opportunity to show my story to everyone for me is so important because I know many referees around the world in America that they are identified with me and with my story. And it's not only for me, it's only for them. That's for them, for all many people that today have a dream to become an international referee. This opportunity is unique. So, in the name of my family, in the name of the Cuban water polo movement, in the name of the Cuban water polo referees, I would like to say thank you. I would like to say thank you to WWR for allowing me to be part of this beautiful project. And to you, my friend, for be part of this beautiful podcast Behind the Whistle and share my story. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ernesto, it's fantastic to have you. Thank you so much for your time, and make sure to stay tuned on all the future episodes. But Ernesto Toledo, thank you, and you have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season. For more information regarding the World Water Polo Referees Association, find us on the web at www.pra.org. There you can check out the latest news, information, and all of the education that WWR is providing on a global scale.